So simply, the site was launched in January 2010. Prior to that, they were getting 9 sales a year. Now, average sale is £1,500 to £2,000. It's not a cheap transaction. So you'd think maybe a lot of people would want to spend that type of money online. It's a lot of, my credit card, £2,000, you know, I'd have to be comfortable with that product and that organisation. We increased the sales 600% in 3 months. Massive amount of money that just by changing the simple things to the website, the redesign, the navigation, making it more comfortable, user-friendly, imagery, photography, the buying process, 600%. Gordon, you probably won't want to talk in much detail today, but the amount of money that has come into that business increased just from doing these simple things. Now, this client has spent not a vast amount of money in it. So after all the things we've heard today, hopefully I'm trying to give you a real-life example of a business, an SME business that's developed something without spending a fortune to try and get a big impact to the bottom line, and I think they've done that with this. Bounce rate has dropped by 50%, and that means that's people who've hit the site and not just disappeared again, i.e. it's the wrong thing for me. That really means we've got the content and the search engine optimization and the landing page pretty much spot on. That means that people are finding it in Google and then landing on it and thinking, that is the site I've actually been looking for here, and then they continue on their journey throughout the site. Time in the site is increased by 147%. Sometimes that can be a bad thing, but if we're thinking, if this is a big financial transaction, you want to spend a reasonable amount of time in the site. We don't want you to then disappear without having bought anything, or we may want you to come back. Maybe you're doing a bit of finding out the information in the first place. And as I say, the average sales, 1,500 to 2,000. That 1 month, I think, if Gordon's still here, you were getting almost a sale a day, I think you were saying, were you?
Peak month so far, John, yeah, we were getting close to that. The peak period is just coming around in January this year.
Yeah, so
I'm hoping to be doing, January next year. Spend the financial year, guys.
well, so there's a prime example. 1 a day, 9 in a year to 1 a day. You know, if you stretch that out over the year, and you know, I won't get carried away with myself, but you can see the scale of the increase in that just because, you know, how much improvement we made to the website. One of the things we did, and this is just an example of the tools we used, there's a company in Edinburgh, a great company, they've got offices down south called Bunnyfoot, and they really helped us with the user journey. And that's why I'm saying do that research, find out what your users are looking for. And they use something called eye tracking software, which pretty much puts a camera on a screen. They get people in to test the website and it tracks people's eye movement, because if you've done market research before, a lot of times people tell you what you want to hear. Eye tracking software actually tracks their eye movement over the site. So what we did with the old site and on parts of the new site is we actually gave them a scenario of you want to purchase a funeral plan, go in and try and find it. And that's what we used. We used this and we fed it all back into the mix to try and find out, well, where are people going? Where are they getting stuck? Where are they getting hit? And anything there that is a big circle means that's a lot more time. A small circle is less time spent, but it actually tracks their eye movement across the screen when they're given a scenario. Fantastic bit of kit, great agency, a bit more money to spend on. You can do it cheaper if you wanted with yourselves, but build up scenarios, find out how you want people to use the site and how they want to use the site. So absolutely fantastic. Great bit of science to add in if you've got budget, but well worth looking at. So I've only got 3 slides left, so hang in there. So what next? One of the fascinating things, and again, come back to the client here, because the client, this has enabled Gordon and his team to then go back within the business and saying, this is working, guys. We're actually getting something out of this. You need to help us sort of put more money into this, or start investing in it resource-wise or financially. And now, since then, we've launched another 2 websites off the back of this, because they're looking at their business and segmenting the business for different target audiences as well. So they're actually beginning to get the feedback from Google Analytics and all the great stats programs to find out this is what we want. This is how we're beginning to segment our target audience and segment our business as well. We've run a Google AdWords campaign that was reasonably successful. We've done some online banner campaigns that weren't so successful. You know, we've dipped our toe in the water, looking at partnership programs, which I think was talked about earlier on in a couple of presentations. Start partnering up with people. The guy at Web Energy, it was a very valid point. Can't do it all on your own. Why don't you look at affiliate programs? look at partner programs. We're just running an affiliate program just now, so hopefully that'll come off as well. But so it's a constant journey. You're always working on it, but go for those quick wins. Start being intelligent about it. Start thought-provoking. Challenge yourselves within the business. Build up intelligence and work on it over a period of time. That's what I would say out of this case study. It's a great client to work on. Gordon ribs me when he says, I would have thought when you pitched for this, you'd have told us you would increase our sales by 600%. I would have never believed it. My job's to run it, go around the country pitching and selling our services. But I was as taken back with this increase in sales as anybody else. Chuffed to bits, and I'll claim it. But fantastic, absolutely great. So outcomes or learnings, as a lot of people like to call it these days, people will part with large sums of money. That was the thing that got me. People will spend £1,500 to £2,000 on their credit card through a website for a funeral plan, for a loved one or for themselves. That was eye-opening for me, and I've been in this business for 15, 16 years. That was amazing. That 30 times the national average of a sale. That's phenomenal, and that's got to do with a strong brand. I think Golden Charter's a strong brand. Its target audience, a lot of legacy stuff. There's obviously offline advertising. There's known within the business, within the trade. It's a big player. They've got good service, professional, all these things. But still, when it comes down to it, you're asking somebody to sit at home without you selling it to them and holding your hand to spend that type of money. That's phenomenal, and I think that's heartening for anybody who's out there thinking, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to sell my business online or generate anything. That for me is a fantastic eye-opener. Funeral plans are becoming increasingly relevant and popular online as we age, and we're talking about the young community, and I think some of the stats about social media where that age group between 25 to 54, 50 plus is almost the same as 40 plus these days. Is it 50's the new 40, whatever. I think my mother's 65. She's online. She's always emailing me, texting me, God knows what. My grandmother's 89 and she's asking me to help her set up a PC and broadband in her house because she wants to communicate with my aunt in Australia. The world is very quick, and I thought John's stats, a bit mind-boggling, but this is happening very, very quickly. We're in an age where things do happen very quickly. And come back to the audacity, dip your toe in the water. Why not try it for a small experiment, or start building it into your business plan for a business? And as I say, over 50s will spend big online, and as they proved. One really interesting thing, and it's a bit of a tease, really a bit of a cheek. Look into associations, think sideways. Don't be scared of left field thought or open-minded or whatever. One of the guys for the affiliate marketing company, again, I won't claim it myself, said, have you thought about divorce online? It's a really big traffic website. 40% of people, when they get divorced, there's a 40% increase in a man's chances of dying once he's divorced. All right, it's a bit left field and a bit extreme. But, however, the point I'm trying to make is there is a connection. Look for connections online. There is associations, there's partnerships, there's connections. There is opportunities out there, and there are linkages. You may get nothing out of them, but when people are searching for, funeral plans online, there could be a possibility of looking for divorce plans online, or vice versa. Extreme, I know. However, just keep your mind awake and alive to these things, as that's where things can come. You can get a free exchange of links, so you can drive traffic from each other back and forward through these type of things. I think the client we've got there in the project is shown to me, and I'm supposed to be an enthusiast for this sector, the impact it can make in your business and your bottom line if you actually open your mind to it. Thank you very much.